But we got 4, so we will get started with this special meeting of the Nampa School District Board of Trustees and call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum present. I'm sure that Brooke will come in just a second, here or two. But I will move to item number 2, which is an approval of the agenda.
So moved. I move that we accept the agenda.
Okay,
I'll second.
You go ahead.
I'll second.
all right, it's been moved and seconded to accept the agenda. All in favor? Aye. And we'll move on to the next item, which is executive session.
Chair, I move that we move into executive session per Idaho Code 742061J. J, to consider labor contract matters authorized under section 742061A and B of Idaho Code.
Motion's been made
A second.
and seconded.
Chair Kirkman,
Aye.
Trustee Jennings,
Aye.
Trustee Benz,
Aye.
Trustee Barron.
Aye.
Okay, we will move into executive session. As soon as we're done, we'll come back out here for any action items that we need to. reconvening an open session, and our next item is an action item. The first one on that action item is the 25-26 master agreement ratification. I will entertain discussion or a motion, whatever the trustees would like to do.
I move that we ratify the contract as presented by the negotiations team.
You put a year on that?
Sorry, I move to ratify the 2025-2026 master agreement as presented by the negotiations team for both the Nampa School District and NEA.
Okay.
Almost said Caldwell.
I second.
Motion has been made, it's been seconded. Is there any discussion on that motion?
Yeah, I just want to say how much I get emotional. Just how much I enjoyed the process, enjoyed working with the team, and just how much I appreciate the relationships that were developed through the process, and how much just the process helped me gain even more respect for the people who participate in it. It was a really just the whole trustee gig is a life-changing experience, but to sit through interest-based bargaining and also to come from where we were last year to this year, it was just a very gratifying experience. So it was just a really neat thing to be a part of, and I appreciate being able to do that on behalf of this board, and I appreciated our team.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else?
No?
I will echo trustee Taylor's comments too. I think there was a palpable change, and I know we have some representatives from the negotiating team from the association, and I appreciate your hard work on that. And you know, we have to have some difficult conversations, and I think we got to a point, obviously, that we have an acceptable product here. But yeah, I think it just feels better. There's a palpable change, and I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate our the district's team involvement in that, and I appreciate trustee Taylor's involvement in those negotiations also. So, all right, it's been motioned, it's been seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that contract has been ratified.
Unanimous.
Just in the nick of time, right? All right, and then we have one more item, the certified staff contracts. I'll entertain discussion or a motion on that, on those.
I have, you go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, because I think I was going to ask some things about you.
The one question I had was regarding, as going through the contracts, there were two individuals that were listed as retired,
Oh, yeah.
and if that I'm like, oh, I want to be retired.
Yeah, tell me how to do that.
Right? So,
Yeah, Chair Kirkman, Trustee Barron's, those contracts are from employees that were able to retire but are going to come back. Because of the retirement system within Idaho, you're allowed to do that after a certain time period. And so those individuals are going to help out the district. So it's a benefit to the district as well that we're going to be able to keep those positions, but they have retired within the Idaho retirement system of Percy.
All kinds of rules around that.
There are a few rules with that, yes.
Okay, trustee Benz, did you have a comment?
Year to year too. Once that happens, it's a year-to-year
Oh, I
contract,
see.
not a retired contract.
oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Not continuing.
Trustee Benz, did you have a comment, question?
Well, I had noticed the extra period on some of the contracts. And so are these teachers who give up a prep or, okay,
Yeah, Chair Kirkman, Trustee Benz, Mr. Yarbrough is happy to share some information on that.
Chair Kirkman, Trustee Benz. Yes, and particularly those are for our Dean of Students. We do have other staff that ends up giving up periods, particularly the secondary level throughout the year. But with our deans, the way we compensate them is we have that within their contract, given the quasi administrative nature of their job, dealing with student discipline, dealing with some things along those lines. So they have their teacher contract, and then an additional period is how those have been compensated and traditionally have within the district. So
thank you.
Trustees, any other questions? Okay. We didn't have a motion.
No motion.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion then.
I move that we approve the 2025-2026 certified contract and request contracts to be signed no later than 10 days of received. per Idaho Code 33-5-13-1.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion on that motion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that's done. Okay, and that concludes our special meeting. At the sound of the gavel, we are adjourned.